Hey, this is Mrs. Gervasio with your homework for Wednesday, October 16th. Yay! You will need to watch and re-watch the tutorial and then answer the questions that are at the end. The reason why I say re-watch is because you are supposed to be pausing and backing up if you don't understand a concept or what I just did. Okay? Hey, this is Mrs. Gervasio here with another tutorial, and today we are going to be talking about perimeter and area. Let's get started. Perimeter is the distance around an object, around something, and so to help us remember that perimeter goes around the rim of something, we actually circle the word rim as a cute little reminder. And to calculate the perimeter of an object, we need to add all the sides. And as another reminder that we have to add when calculating the area, we go ahead and circle the T that kind of looks like an addition sign. Let's go ahead and do an example. Here is this rectangle, and we have 6 inches is the length and 13 inches is the width. However, we have two unknown sides. But when we are calculating the perimeter of an rectangle with two unknown sides, it's actually not very hard to figure out what those other sides are, because we know that the opposite sides are equal when dealing with parallelograms. So the opposite side of the 13 inches would be, again, 13 inches. And the opposite side of 6 inches would be 6 inches. See, not very difficult at all. And now all we have to do is add up those four sides. So let's go ahead and add them up. We have 13, cross it off because you used it, 6, cross it off because you used it, 13, cross it off because you used it, and 6, cross it off because you used it. And then add them all together. Then we have 6 plus 6 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9, and 3 plus 6 is 9. Add that together, you get 18. You carry the 1, and you drop the 8. Then we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, making our answer 38 inches. See? It's not that difficult to figure out what the perimeter of an object is. Now let's go ahead and talk about area. Area is the amount needed to cover something completely. To calculate the area of an object, we need to multiply length times width. And that's why we go ahead and the letter A we actually turn into a multiplication sign to remind us that we need to multiply the length times width when calculating area. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example. We have our example from earlier, and we have our length is 6 inches and our width is 13 inches, and all we have to do is just multiply them together. So we have 6 times 3 equals 18, 6 times 1 equals 6, plus 1 more equals 7. Now, another little helpful hint that we have is instead of saying area, we say squarea. And this is to remind us that we are actually counting all of the little squares that are inside of that object that we just calculated the area for. So instead of saying 78 inches is our area, we would actually say 78 square inches, or it could also look like this. They both mean the exact same thing. All right, let's go ahead and do a practice. Okay, so we have this rectangle, and with the length of 4 centimeters and the width of 10 centimeters. Go ahead and figure out what the perimeter and area is of this rectangle. Go ahead and pause me. Okay, now that you've already done your work, let's go ahead and check and see if it was correct. We know that for parallelograms, the opposite sides are equal, so the length in the other side is 4 centimeters and the bottom part is 10 centimeters. Then we would go ahead and add those all together. So you have 10 centimeters, cross it off because you used it, 4 centimeters, cross it off because you used it, 10 centimeters, cross it off because you used it, and 4 centimeters, cross it off because you used it. Then you add those all up together. You have 4 plus 4 is 8, then 1 plus 1 is 2. So our perimeter equals 28 centimeters. Okay, now to look at how to do the area of this rectangle. So you would have to do the length, which is 4 centimeters, times the width, which is 10 centimeters. Well, 4 times 10 is 40. Now remember, it's not just 4 centimeters. Sorry, 40 centimeters. It's not just 40 centimeters. It's 40 square centimeters. So there you go, there you have it, how to do perimeter and area. In my next tutorial, I will have how to do perimeter and area of complex figures. I promise it's not that tough, it's not that tricky, as long as you go step by step. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll check out our next tutorial. Okay, so here is the answering questions part of your homework. You need to go ahead and find the perimeter and the area of this rectangle. Now, if you have any questions, go back into our tutorial to see what we've already done, and that will help you. Okay, and the next problem is the perimeter of this rectangle is 14 feet. Now you need to find what the missing sides are of this rectangle and record that. And then you need to use that information to find out what the area of this rectangle is. Okay, and the last part of your homework for tonight, you will need to find what the missing sides of this complex figure is. So you need to think about what we've done in class and remember who let the dogs out. That will help you. And once you have found what the missing sides are, then you will be able to figure out what the perimeter of the shape is. And after you're finished with that, find out what the area of what the entire shape is. Okay? So if you have any questions about this, make sure to ask me tomorrow during class. Thanks. Have a fantastic night.